What's up, YouTube? I'm really excited because today we're going to be going through another episode of how we shot it. I'm really pumped because I love this setup. I love this shot. I love this setup. I love everything about this shot because it took a lot of vision. Like, there wasn't just, oh, hey, look, there that is, shoot that, boom, done. There was a lot of vision that went into this shot. I saw a lot of things. I saw a unique background. I saw something that was a little bit more creative, and then the editing process really brought it to light. So this should be kind of helpful, so you can see kind of what I have to go through throughout this. So you can see what I have to go through throughout this process and understand like how this all went about. So I'm pretty excited for you guys to see it.
You can kiss him.
Perfect. Also, this is on our Instagram Live. I'll jump on and I'll do these on Instagram so you guys can check those out and kind of get these and be the first ones to see it. And you can ask questions along the way too. So if you see me looking over, it's because I'm looking at the iPad that our Instagram Live is on. But jump on, follow us at Anchorvale Photo so that you could be able to be like the first ones to see it and to be able to ask questions along the way. So this is the photo that you guys have probably seen and that we're going to edit. So it's this one right here. Very, very cool. I like it. I think there was a lot that actually went into it, so I'm excited to show you guys all that went into this shot because this is what it looks like. And then there's our cat. Because this is what it looks like, the final product right here. But this is actually what it looked like as I shot it. So completely different. I mean, this is like night and day, completely different from what you guys probably saw to what we shot. So this is the unedited, straight out of camera version, and again, this is what we finally came up with. So I'm excited to show you and walk you through that process. So what I did here was, as we were walking, I made sure that I knew that I wanted. Well, I looked and I kind of was looking around, and this is actually a like a little, I don't know, a kind of an amphitheater type thing. And you can see these X's here are holding this amphitheater structure together. And when I saw that, I put them over by it. And then I saw the X's on the back of her dress, which really made it stand out, which was really cool. And so then as I did that, I changed the pose a little bit. I changed my perspective. And then I finally got to that. But you can see I also worked with some other things here. So I also came down, I had him do that. And then I had like that because I wanted these X's to line up. It didn't quite line up how I wanted it to line up, but I ended up going with this one instead. So going with this, I knew that I wanted it to be in black and white to bring kind of the vision together. I knew I kind of wanted it to be in black and white. So I had, I used one of our presets. So we have a couple of black and white presets that we like to use. And I think I used this one. I can't really tell. Let's see. I may have used this one. I think I used this one right here. And then what I did was I came in and I brought it down. And as I did that, I figured, oh man, I really like the back of her dress. I like the X's. And I actually, in the beginning, liked these lines. So I ended up like boosting the whites here and really taking out the blacks. Hey, here's our cat again. Sorry, buddy. So really taking out the blacks and really taking down the blacks, boosting the whites so that these X's are really prominent in here. And then from there, what I did was I used this the brush tool, and then I have a bunch of brush options here. I know, Lori, our cat's insane. They're always in these videos. So, and then I have a bunch of different kinds of brush settings, but I ended up going with darken, and I knew that I wanted to take these out. So I ended up just coming through here, and the good thing you could do is you can go to auto mask, and if you go to auto mask, what the great thing is that'll do is that'll keep it within kind of these lines. So you see how it's black and white in here. If I go auto mask, it'll keep it like fairly restricted from getting into kind of places that I don't want it to go. So, which is really helpful for me. So I can come in here and I can X these. I can get right into all of these, and it misses. And it kind of just helps to guide the brush into not spilling into other areas. So I just came in here and I just continued to darken this out, and I got really, honestly, I got really intricate with it because you have to. And this is like, actually, this is kind of the first product of it. So you'll see that like I ended up cropping it more, but I only ended up cropping it more because we got some feedback. I think feedback is so important. Like, I think it's really, really important to get people to give you help, to look at your photos, to give you critiques. And so Brian and Allison Calloway, who are really awesome friends of ours and awesome photographers, they gave us some critiques on this photo and actually had us to crop it in more. So I originally had it probably around here, and they suggested that I cropped it into about here, which I think really, really helped the photo a lot, because then it kind of isolated the X's. And so as I go through, I'm going to keep going through here and I'm going to keep on kind of blotting these out. And I'll show you, you can see that there's some spillover, but I'll show you the great thing about this mask feature and what you can do with it in just a moment. But I'm just going to keep editing this, kind of blotting out these areas here. And you can actually press O. If you press O, you could see the areas that you've already done, so you can see what you've missed, if you've missed anything, and then you can go in and fill those in a little bit stronger. The one thing I don't like about the auto mask, which is why I turned it off, is that sometimes the auto mask doesn't get everything. Like, it leaves little spots, like little lighter spots, just because it's just not perfect. It's not a perfect product. It's not a perfect thing. And so, like, sometimes it'll leave highlights a little bit, it'll leave highlights uncovered or unbrushed over, because it thinks that you don't want to highlight over that, or you don't want to brush over that, because it's just a kind of auto mask feature. So the reason why I don't mind going over these lines is because I can actually come in here, right here, and click erase. And as I click erase, that actually allows me to erase what I've done. So you can see I'm actually going in, and now I'm really refining this white line here, which is really helpful to be able to do in this process. It just allows me to have a lot more control and to be able to go in and take out things that I didn't want to brush. Like I can see that I've brushed in her arm here, or I can see that I've brushed in some of these X up here, and then I can just take that out, so I can be a lot more precise with it. And then I can go back in with a smaller brush and make sure that I'm really nailing all of those spots. So this photo didn't actually take a lot of editing, didn't actually need a whole lot, but what it did need was a lot of vision up front. So you can see that this is the final product, kind of, this is close. You can see that there's still a bunch of, but it would take me, 10 more minutes to kind of fill this out, and you guys don't have 10 more minutes. So you can kind of see that this photo took a lot of thought. I think in the beginning, took a lot of vision, because I saw these lines, I saw everything that I wanted. So you got the vision that goes into it, but then kind of the editing process is what really brings it to life. So make sure that you guys, and even right here, I'd still kind of, so this is like the final that I had, but I'd still kind of bring up maybe these whites a little bit, and these highlights, and still work with it. But hopefully that this was helpful for you guys, because it really is sometimes like you have a vision and you can make it happen, but you just have to kind of go into post-production, kind of spend a little bit extra time in that, figuring out exactly how you want it to bring it to life, bring kind of that vision to life, because that's so important. As artists, as photographers, as whatever, then you have so much control, you have so much creative leeway over the ability to manipulate photos. And so in doing so, it's super important to kind of take it a step further. I think we get complacent sometimes with just going, oh, that photo is fine, whatever. But really, it could just take that next, like just a little bit more that takes that photo to the next level. So really, you can see that here. From here, just an idea, just a thought that who knows what can happen, to finally this right here that I think is just a much stronger image. And so take the time, do a little bit extra, especially for your clients. I know they'll appreciate it. I know they'll be thankful because you're really thinking for them and working hard for them. So thanks, YouTube. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you guys were able to see kind of our process behind how we go about shooting, how we go about looking for things in areas, and how we actually take that vision from what we see and make it come to life in post-production. It's not crazy. It's not a whole lot. But if you take that extra time, it's really beneficial and really helpful, especially for your clients. We're also going to be posting a video on how we use creative backgrounds and that sun is coming right in. How we use creative backgrounds and patterns to make really unique portraits with our couples. So keep an eye out for that. That should be out today or tomorrow, and I'll put a link maybe right here, figure out how to do that in YouTube. I don't know if I'll figure it out. I don't know if that'll work. But hopefully that's helpful. Thank you guys for watching. If you want us to do any other photos, don't hesitate to let us know.